Hey, what is up? It is your boy Will. Welcome back to the Skinny Survivor channel, the best place for skinny guys to gain their first 30 pounds of muscle and go from the scrawny guy to the brawny guy as fast as possible. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 main reasons why you're still skinny fat. Maybe you simply gain a lot of fat and you don't have much muscle and you've got this skinny fat physique. And I'm going to be showing you the 4 main reasons why this is, why you're not building muscle and why you seem to be putting on tons of fat and you're still skinny fat. Now, before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're a skinny guy looking to bulk up as fast as possible. Maybe you want mass gain meal plans, workouts, recipes in order to bulk up fast. Make sure to subscribe if that's content you want to see. And if you've been following me for a while now, make sure after this video to click the first link in my description and go get yourself a free bulking meal plan and workout to get started on your weight gain journey in the next 30 days. So let's get straight into today's video. So today I'm going to pretty much outline the main reasons why maybe you haven't seen any results in your muscle building goals. Maybe you still have this physique, and how I describe it is you're pretty much skinny, you don't have much muscle mass on your body, and you also might have a pot belly, or you're simply got a ton of body fat, okay? And I'm going to show you a picture right now. And I used to be skinny fat, just like I'm saying in this video. I used to be the guy who simply had, a lot of body fat on my body, but was skinny at the same time. And it was really, really frustrating because I was doing what I thought was everything right. I was training 6 times per week. I was going to the gym, working out really, really hard. I would do these 2-hour sessions 6 times per week. I would train really late hours during the night, and I was working my ass off, I was really, really trying to get results. I was eating so much food, and yet I still had a skinny fat physique, which meant I had little muscle mass, and I also had tons of body fat. And I ended up pretty much with skinny arms and a pot belly. And this is not what you want on your muscle building journey, going from scrawny to brawny. Now, we all want to build lean muscle, and we want to go from the scrawny guy to the muscular and lean guy. We don't want to have a skinny fat physique. So I'm going to show you 4 reasons why you're gaining more fat than muscle. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can combat this and how you can start building more lean muscle instead of fat, okay? So the first reason why you're probably gaining more fat than muscle mass is because you're eating too many calories. Now, actually, in the beginning, I made this simple mistake of eating too many calories because I thought that more was better. So I would pretty much eat as much as possible, and I would just stuff my face with food. I would eat chicken wings, I'd drink milk, I'd eat bananas, I'd eat toast, maple syrup all the way on top, and there's nothing wrong with eating these foods, but it was just that I was eating them in massive, massive quantities, and I was eating way too much food for what my body could handle. So basically, your body can only handle so many calories during the day, and it only burns an amount of calories, and anything over that becomes either fat or muscle, depending on if you're working out or if you're not working out. Now, at the time I was working out, but the problem was I was eating way too many calories, so that surplus, it's what we call a surplus of calories, was way too much for my body to handle, and it simply could not burn off those calories, and there was so much surplus of calories that eventually most of it turned into fat, okay? Some of it turned into muscle, but a lot of it turned into fat because there were so many calories that my body could not process, okay? So that is mistake number 1. This is the reason why you're probably gaining a lot of fat and minimal muscle, is because you're eating way too many calories and you're getting into a calorie surplus that's way too high for what you actually need. So the secret to pretty much building lean muscle and minimizing body fat is to just get in a small calorie surplus. Now, I recommend anywhere between 100 to 500 calories, probably around 300 calories over your maintenance is the sweet spot. If you're looking for a smaller lean bulk, you can go with 100 to 200 to 300 calories over your surplus. But generally, you want to go with a small surplus of calories if you want to build more lean muscle and gain lean weight that is actually coming from lean muscle mass. So that is the first step to minimizing fat gain, maximizing muscle gain, and getting rid of your skinny fat look, okay? The second reason why you're probably gaining more body fat than muscle mass is you're simply eating a lot of junk food in order to bulk up. And what we call this is a dirty bulk. Now, I also did this at the beginning, and it's reason why I gained a lot of body fat and gave very, very minimal muscle mass. And I'm gonna try and put on a picture right now on the screen here of the kind of foods that I was actually eating at the time in order to try and bulk up. I was eating junk food, I was eating chips, fries, all the stuff that you could think of. And as I said before, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of junk food in your diet. There's nothing wrong with eating things like fries, a little bit of fries in your diet, if it is within your calorie intake and you're actually tracking what you eat and all that, okay? The problem was I was eating only junk food, and I was eating a lot of junk food to try and actually bulk up. So I was actually using the junk food to try and bulk up, and this is what we call a dirty bulk. Most of your food is coming from junk food. You know, most of your food is coming from pizza, McDonald's, all this stuff. And when your diet comes from a lot of these foods, it's going to be very high fat content, very high calorie content. And what's going to happen is you're going to pretty much eat way too many calories over your maintenance calories. Again, same thing, you're going to get into a huge surplus, way over what your body actually needs for energy requirements, and all of that is going to become fat. And added on top of the high fat content, a lot of those calories cannot be used by your body and are actually going to be turned more easily and converted more easily into fat, okay? So that is why you're probably gaining tons of body fat and little muscle masses, because you might be eating a lot of junk food, dirty bulking to bulk up. So this is the number one thing you definitely want to avoid if you want to build more lean muscle over fat, okay? So the third reason why you're gaining more fat than building muscle is you're not lifting enough weights, okay? So in order to turn the food energy, the calories into muscle mass, you actually have to be training your muscles, tearing them down, damaging them in the gym, training hard, going heavy, doing a lot of volume in the gym, lots of weights, and that's what's gonna damage your muscles, break them down into little micro tears. And basically the food is used to rebuild those micro tears and rebuild your muscles bigger and stronger, okay? So in order to get that result of building lean muscle mass, especially as a skinny guy, you need to make sure that you're working out very hard and you're working out on a very effective workout program to add to your diet, which is gonna get you results. Now, if you're not working out at all, this is a very, very, very big no-no, because you're not gonna see any muscle building results, and all that food that you're eating, especially if you're in a calorie surplus, is just gonna be converted into fat, okay? You have to be working out in order to see lean muscle gains, okay? So working out with a solid diet, a small calorie surplus, those two that go together, you're gonna build more lean muscle mass and build a muscular physique that's lean as well, okay? So that's the third thing to take into consideration. You have to be lifting weights if you wanna see results. Now the last thing is one of the biggest things that skinny guys make as a mistake, and it's why they're gaining a lot of fat over muscle. And this reason is you're simply not tracking your calories, you're not tracking your macros, or you're not following a specific diet plan, okay? Now, not tracking macros, not tracking calories, not following a diet plan, this is one of the biggest mistakes for building muscle, because you're not gonna know what you're actually putting into your body, okay? So let's say, for example, I'm following a 3,500 calorie meal plan. Now, if I follow that meal plan, I know how many calories I'm eating, which means that if I'm gaining too much body fat, I can simply reduce those calories to a point where I'm gaining more muscle mass than fat, okay? Now, I know that if I'm gaining too much fat, it's probably because I'm eating a way too big surplus of calories, which means I can simply reduce it. Same thing if I'm tracking my calories and I know that I'm eating 3,500 calories and I'm gaining too much fat, okay? I can just scale back those calories. Now, I know how to scale back those calories because I know how many calories I'm eating. Now, if you don't know how many calories you're eating, how are you supposed to scale back? You don't really know how to pretty much reduce your calories in order to build more lean muscle over fat, okay? You don't really know, and this is what I was doing at the beginning. I had no idea how many calories I was eating, but I was just trying to bulk up. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go hard on the food. I just ate and ate and ate and ate, and I gained all this weight. I actually gained a ton of weight. I went from like 100 pounds to like almost 190 pounds, and you'd think that at 190 pounds I would be jacked and muscular and all that, but I was fat, you know, I was pretty much overweight. I had a ton of body fat and I wasn't, you know, I didn't have an impressive physique. So this is one of the, you know, one of the biggest mistakes as well is a lot of skinny guys think that in order to build muscle, you have to get to this massive weight and you just have to, you know, eat as much as possible, gain as much weight as possible. But that's not necessarily true, okay? You can build a very, very muscular and impressive physique at a lower weight, but you need to make sure that that weight comes from lean muscle gains, okay? So I know this sounds a little bit confusing, but it does, you know, it's not gonna help you if you gain, you know, 20 pounds of fat. You need it to come from muscle mass. And that comes from having a small, consistent surplus of calories, a great workout program, consistency over time, and you're gonna build lean muscle mass. You're gonna have, you know, a great weight for your body, but you're also gonna have a lean muscular physique, okay? Now, our biggest mistake is, you know, pretty much just eating as much as possible, trying to gain as much as possible, you know, not even thinking about how much should I gain, just going all in and eating like as much calories as possible, trying to gain weight, thinking that you're gonna just turn into a muscular guy, lean as well. It's not gonna happen. You have to make sure that you track your calories, track your macros, or follow a diet plan that has a set amount of calories and slowly build that muscle on without the body fat, okay? So you need to make sure that you're in a small surplus of calories, and that's gonna build you a lean and muscular physique, which is gonna make sure that you look in the mirror and you're actually impressed with what you've built. So pretty much take all these tips, okay? Consider these 4 reasons why. Pretty much be honest with yourself. Which of these reasons are why you're currently not seeing the results that you want to see, and how can we fix that? Okay, go back in this video. I've shown you all the solutions to fix this, and I've shown you all the ways that you can start building more lean muscle over fat, okay? So hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to watch all the other videos that I've posted on this channel, and I will see you in the next one. Hope this helped. Peace.